wrong. Maybe you probably didn't even hear none of that. Probably didn't hear anything I just said. But anyways, let's get to it. All right, so got the driver's side done, and I wanted to see if I could get it in without taking the fenders off. I noticed a few videos on YouTube. A couple guys done it with the fenders on, but there was hardly nothing else in there in the way. I really didn't want to take the fenders off right now. Didn't want to get into all that. So I basically wanted to see if I could do it. Never installed a set of Slosh Tubz from Mike Losh from Slosh Tubz. So did the driver's side, or excuse me, did the passenger side yesterday. So I'm gonna flip this around. So let me turn this light on. So did the passenger side yesterday, and it took roughly 3 hours to do the passenger side. Now these pieces are they're just sitting here. Now I have a buddy in Barry in, I think, Kentucky. I think he's in Kentucky. He said that Mike suggested to him to panel bond these, which that would work too. That would work. The back side, I gotta tweak it a little bit and get it in. Once I get it in, it's hitting the fan shroud hole where the fan was, so I don't want to force it in there and then have to force it out and bend it. I still got to take the heater box out, all that stuff. I still got to take all that out. You know what? I know somebody that might be interested in that. I just thought about it. Patrick, he might be interested. I might have to get a hold of him and see if he's interested in that right there, since it's an air conditioner unit. Huh, interesting. All right, so got the passenger side in. The driver's side, got it in. But I'm going to tell you right now, boys and girls, it was bullfrog butthole tight. Now, I did have to take this loose because, you know, that canister sits right there. I'll relocate this. Yes, it got a little scratched up. It's all right. I had to take this vacuum canister off. It was on the back side down. It was actually right here, so it wouldn't work. All right, these are just sitting here as well. All this stuff will be relocated, these wires, whatnot, but it was tight because of the steering box, and I just wanted to see if I can get it. Now, when everything gets mocked up and everything gets done and all that good stuff, I will disassemble the whole front end and have Carolina Dustless Blaster strip all the parts, the core support, the fenders, the bottom side of the hood. I will pin the doors. We'll strip the doors. We'll strip the door jamb. We'll take the bed back off. We'll strip the whole cab with crushed glass. What's up, Dave? From Russia? What time is it in Russia right now? What time is it out there? So that's that, you know, take the bed off and then strip everything. But right now I just want to get that, man, that looks like a code for Super Mario Brothers. Get all this done. Let me flip this. Where's the stick light? Where in the world? Oh, there it is. All right. So, 8:15. 8:15. So if it's 8:15 there, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you like 5 hours ahead. So let's turn this around. All right, so got the missed a hole right there. You see where I had it marked? Had it marked right here. Had it marked on the fender, and then I measured over, and for some reason, I don't know, made a boo-boo, and I drilled the hole in the wrong spot. But got the rest of the bolts in. Let me get this right here. Got the rest of them in on the bottom, and then got the rest of them. Let me turn this around. I had to trim, I don't know where it's at. I had to trim, the only piece that I had to trim off of Mike's Slosh Tubz was right there, that corner. That corner was way too long, and I just had to trim about, I don't know, ½ inch off of it, I guess. Where's it at? I don't know where it's at. Anyways, I just had to cut the corner off right there. But besides that, it is in. So here's the drawing that Mike gives to tell you where to cut. I use Truler's tape, and Truler's tape, here's Truler's tape. Truler's tape is sticky tape, so I just run the sticky tape on the back side of these clips all the way to the end, and that gives me a straight line, and I just followed this sticky tape. So the next problem or issue is the battery tray. So the normal battery tray sets right here and bolts to here. Well, with the mild tubs, you can run the stock battery tray. You have to use an early style square body. Well, there's no room. So here's the battery tray. There is absolutely no room for that to sit there. So I'm gonna have to relocate the battery. And I really didn't want to at the time, but it's okay. We'll figure it out. Because once I take all the front end apart, I got to put new air conditioner stuff anyway, so just have to wait. So maybe I'll find a place to hide the battery. Could put it on the frame rail. He did. I did get this from Mike. This is for like a OBS, like 88, 89, somewhere around there, that actually bolts in here. And we was going to see if we could use this, but I can't use it because it hits the radiator and it hits the wheel tub. And I could cut this and modify it, but ain't no sense in doing that because that's a nice piece right there. So I know somebody. So, but anyways, that's that. Also, the hood hinges. So the hood hinges, the stock hood hinges, they go right here. Well, since you cut half of since right here, oh, there's the Truler's tape. See where I run the Truler's tape on the bottom and then I just cut it. All right, so this bolt hole right here is the lower hole for the hood hinge. Well, you see that I cut it out because you got to cut it. So now you have to use the whammy rods. The whammy rods are the gas shocks that go up, bolt here, and then you have a gas shock that comes down and it bolts somewhere in here. I don't know exactly where they at, but it's whammyrods.com. Mike told me that's what I had to run, and I think the kit for this truck is like $135. So that will mount somewhere here, I don't know where, and then I have a gas shock, and then the other part I think bolts right here. So we're good on that. So that's why I have the square, or excuse me, that's why I have the spit it out, Jay, ain't nobody gonna take it from me, the level. So I'm gonna set this camera up like so and take all this stuff down. We in like Flynn. So The I don't know what I just stepped on. It got me. So, with that being said, so now it is so right now it's sitting on the transmission crossmember, and the transmission crossmember bolts in. So probably going to get the truck up and pull it outside because it's getting a little warm. Probably pull it outside underneath the canopy, jack it up, clean my mess up, jack it up, put the wood stands under the tires to hold it up in the air. The stock transmission crossmember bolts in, right? I have a OBS 95 Ford Road Yukon. Well, I would keep it the way it is. It's four-wheel drive. Most of the guys that slam four-wheel drives have to gut all the four-wheel drive. So I wouldn't, me personally, I wouldn't. I just try to find a two-door Yukon. Oh yeah, they're nice. I got a buddy that's got a two-door, two-wheel drive Yukon, but he stripped all the four-wheel drive out of it. I mean, he took it all out. I mean, so he had to change everything. Transmission, drive shaft. I mean, he just literally, you're just stripping everything out of it that makes it four-wheel drive and turn it to two-wheel drive. I mean, it can be done. I mean, if that's what you want to do it. Have at it. So here's the replacement crossmember. So the stock crossmember right now in the truck is sitting on the floor. So what's holding it now is the exhaust. Let me find my stick. The exhaust is holding it, and the transmission crossmember, and the gas tank, stock gas tank. So I'll show you. Let me get down here on the floor and I'll show you. So see, it's sitting on the exhaust. I got new shocks, 3.5 inch shorter shocks. So see, it's sitting on the exhaust, all right? And I don't know if you can see it. Probably not, because I can't. Well, sorry about that, boys and girls. It won't let me, hold on, let me see if I can back up. You can barely see it right there. See that? See that right there? That's the transmission crossmember. See that? That is the transmission crossmember. It's sitting on that, and it's sitting on the exhaust. So once I remove the exhaust, I have to tuck it up and take the transmission mount out. Let me stand back up. Once you get the transmission mount, once I get the stock transmission mount out, I can put this in place, and that will raise the stock transmission mount. So, and then the exhaust. I'm not gonna mess with the exhaust because it's still driving in and out, and I don't want it to sound like no tractor. So pull it in and out, and then I'll take it to the exhaust shop when all this is done and get them to tuck up the exhaust in between the frame rails. Static. Stick with a 4L60 or 4L. Well, if you're going two-wheel drive, I just leave it 460. I wouldn't go 480. 480 is a little beefier, but it's also bigger. So, big play 3, static. Are you asking me? You're static. Are you saying that I'm static? Like talking static or static? Or static in the mic? So there it is all the way down. Those are 20 by 8s on the front with two 45-40 20s, and they're 22 by 12s on the back with 305-40 22s on the back. No, it's on bags. It's on full air ride. Yeah, it's on full air ride right there. It's actually okay. Back to big plate. Yeah, it all depends on. Show us the bed. All right, so the bed is. All right, so the bed. So it's all covered in sheet metal. I made these tubs, so it's all the way down. So I had to put I actually put 3/4 birch, waterproof birch, and then I sealed it. And the reason why I done this is because once everything's done and this is old school. This guy's old school. He doesn't know it's style. This guy's old school. He don't know all the static bag height. I know what static drop is. I know what static drop is. You say old school, don't know what static is. Hold on a second. Static was before, so you had hydraulics, which I had a 93 Toyota mini truck that had 16 switches, hydraulics, and it had 2 Pro Hopper red pumps on it. And it do 3-wheel motion, had Dayton wire wheels and all that. So you had hydraulics, and then you had static. So I know what static is, and I know what hydraulics are. I'd like to build another hydraulic vehicle. And then air ride is a whole lot cleaner, less lines and stuff. It's just whatever. So back to the bed. So I done this. The reason why I done it like this, all this is just mocked up. This is just sitting here. Nothing is for real. Now all the airlines are these. Did stainless steel Brady line. So it's all that's what all the airline is. There's no DOT line. All right, so what's going right here is a old school blow-through box, which is going to have 4 15s, and the box is going to be ported into the cab, and the port hole will be 7 inches roughly by 12 inches, ported into the cab. It'll be 4 15 JBL audio. I believe that's what we're using. And don't quote me on this, but for some reason he told me they were like 250 ounce magnets. So we're shooting for like 10,000, 12,000, 15,000 watts. So that's where we're shooting. So, or that's what we're trying to reach. Anyway, so the box will be here. I'm in North Carolina. So here, this is where the box will be, and then it'll be as wide as the box and as high as it needs to be. And it'll be a picture window, so you can look down and see all the electronics, the lights, the bells, the whistles, and all that good stuff. And then at the back, there'll be another box. Once this is mounted, but this is not final. It's just mocked up. And then when it takes it to the audio shop, they can unhook everything. How will you ordinate this? So once they when it's mocked up, once I take it to them, they can unhook everything. They can unhook everything and then hook it back. They're going to build a box here that's going to be as wide as the bed, and it's going to be a picture window. It's going to be like Vegas, have a window at the top and a window at the back, and lights and bells and whistles and all their jazzy stuff. And the reason why I done the 3/4 is because that's what they asked for, so they can have something to screw their box to, and then it'll have a piece of Lexan on the top, which will be clear, and then whatever this height is will let me know what I'm going to do in the middle. So I'm not even going to tell you what I'm going to do in the middle because it's never been done before. Let me take that back. I have never seen it done, and I've looked and looked and looked and looked and looked and looked and looked, searched the internet, and it's never been done. But my look is I'll do it, and then there'll be another one out there. But that's okay. It's fine. No worries. So the middle piece is going to be something completely out the box. This isn't for hiding. And then whatever the height of this box will be, this will be. So when you walk up to it, see if you can picture it like this. So when you walk up to it, it'll be completely flat all the way. And this will be, so you'll just see the tops of the tubs, and this box will be the same height as this structure that I'm going to build in the middle, all the way across to here. So when you actually look at it, it will be a raised bed floor all the way across, and the only thing you'll see is the wheel tubs. And this will be one piece of Lexan all the way across. I see paint gun tool. Oh yeah, right there. Yeah. I paint too. Let me show you. Yeah, see? Go through, let me see. Yeah, Martinez, go back and look at all my videos and my shorts and stuff. I paint too, boss man. All right, so let me go back and see Scud Surfer. Yeah, 415s. Okay, hold on. Mickey Man or something. How will the speakers be oriented? All right, so they will cut a hole 7 inches tall, 12 inches across, I believe, or 7 by 12 or whatever. They'll cut a hole, and it'll go through the cab, and it'll be ported into the cab right there through a port. No, I'm not showing the suspension. Everybody does that. The raised bed floor where you look down and see all the suspension and all that stuff, that's been played out like 900,000 zillion times. No, I'm not doing a wood bed floor. Doing something completely different. That's why I don't want to say it, because it's never been done before, so you try to think out the box. So back to Scud Surfer. There'll be a port, a 7-inch tall by 12 or 14 wide port, like a little square or rectangle, ported into the cab. And then they'll build speaker box. Mike from Slosh Tubz has really, really nice speaker boxes that go in the back where you can put 415s in the back. But it wouldn't work for me because the center, I got to have a port to come through. So I took pictures of the stuff that Mike from Slosh Tubz has, and I sent it to the audio guy, and he said, oh yeah, that's what we had in mind anyway. So they're going to build a box in here that will have mids and highs, and then amps and all that stuff. And then they're also going to build door pods, because all interior get done. Yeah, Martinez. Hey, look. Yeah. Well, that's awesome, man. So they're going to do door pods, speakers here. They're going to do speakers here. Going to do a console of some sort to put all the radio stuff in, because I do not. Now this is funny. Now I'm going to say this. I don't want to cut the dash. Well, Jay, you just cut the whole truck apart. I'm 6'4". I'm 6'4", bro. I can't be having no leg room. Oh, no. Hold on, Scott. So I don't want to cut the hole for the radio. So they're going to put some kind of controller right there. And then right here, there'll be the radio and all that good stuff, whatever. Scud server. No, I'm not. So, Scud server. So here, check this out. Look, I'm with you. Look, you 6'4", you a foot. Let's see, I'm 5'11" on a good day, right? I'm not losing no leg room. So, Mike from Slosh Tubz has a box that fits right here. I mean, it is, look, right now, Scud Surfer. Right now, Google sloshtubz.com and look at the speaker boxes that they have, that they squeeze these speakers in the back. So, actually, the seat will lay back just like this. And hold on, let me go over to the other side and I'll show you. Yeah, I'm not losing no leg room. Ain't happening. That's why we're going to do an old school. Please help, I can't stop. That's why we're putting the blow-through box back here. All right, so hold on a second. Let me clean up something. There we go. All right, so right here. So when I get in, you see, the seat's all the way back, right? Right. So I'm not losing no leg room. Don't cut the dash. It's burned into your brain for some reason. That goes to back to before you could. Oh yeah. You can order. Yeah, you can order new thing to put the stock radio. And see, the stock radio, they make a retro radio that goes right in here that has Bluetooth compatible and all that stuff. But the thing about it is, Mikey man, that the radio that needs to go here, or the radio that does fit here, cannot handle the wattage. So what we're going to do is we're going to put something here. Maybe we'll put some switches there or something. Maybe put the controller, the bass controller here, so it can turn down the bass, so you can listen to the radio without being deafened in the cab, and turn down the bass, and then some other stuff or whatever. And then when you want to get stupid, crazy, you just flip a switch, and turn it on up. You have any finished bids we can see? Yeah, I got a lot. Go down and look at any of the stuff here, or go to the shop page, vintage air controller. Yeah, the vintage air controller will go right here for the knobs for the AC. They have that. Scud server. Go to my Facebook page. It's JG Innovation Garage. JG Innovation Garage. Go to Facebook and look on there, and there is a bunch of portfolios on there of stuff that I've finished, builds that are gone, clients that are gone. Here's the controller. Here's the controller for the air ride right here. Went with the TC9. So you got all up. You got the front all the way up, front all the way down. You got all the way up, all the way down. You got the front all the way up. You got the front all the way down. You got the left front up, left front down, right front up, left front down. Left side up, left side, right side up, left side down, right side down, or excuse me, left side down, right side down. Left rear up, right rear down, right rear down. So in theory, if this was hydraulics, you could go all the way up. I just got a 60. I got a 70 GTO wagon that's got 70 original 1,000 miles on it, super clean. I got it for sale. So in theory, if this was hydraulics, you could go all the way up, right? You could dump the left driver's side rear, you could dump it, and you could dump the right rear, right? So that means the only side that has air would be the right front and the left front, and then turn real sharp to the left and kick 3-wheel motion. I don't know if it would do that with this, but I went with a TC9, and the reason why I went with a TC9 is probably going to take this pin right here where it goes all the way up, all the way down, and probably go in here and unpin it and rewire it up to go to the camper, because the camper that goes behind this truck has air ride too with its own system. So this right here would go all the way up, all the way down, right? So yeah, that's that. And Automail Direct, they're sending new dash, new gauge cluster, all this other stuff. So, and also the headliner is going to get wrapped, and he is thinking orange leather, orange. Truck's going blue and white, traditionally blue and white, a candy blue with white, a dark blue. So he's thinking about going orange. So let me show you this. Let me show you this 4-door. So it will be like this 4-door, right? But it'll be blue, and blue, and then white, and then it'll have the RPO stripes on the hood, right? And then it'll have the trim and all that stuff. So he's thinking about going with orange interior, because orange and blue go together on the color wheel. This in here is a 4-door dually, 12-valve twin turbo Cummins in it. There's my boss man, Richard Petty. That's my buddy. He used to pitch for the Atlanta Braves, but he transferred to another team. But anyways, so what do you think about these youngins with squatted rigs? I say this. What do you think about old school guys that had gassers? Same concept, but different. But they're dangerous. You know, I'm all about expressing yourself, but they're illegal here in North Carolina. So the squatted trucks here are illegal. They passed the law. I'm gonna try to walk out here and I'm gonna show you something. I hope I won't lose you. But let me show you. I got this 90. There's a mini truck right there. It's dirty, and there's the camper. That's the camper that's going behind the truck. It's a Zipper, 1962 Zipper, but that's a little Toyota. And here's the Impala. Getting the axles, new bearings on the axles, getting the third member rebuilt, new seals, and getting the dry shaft with new universal joints. And once all that gets done, I can put it back in and put the disc brakes on the back. Should it be illegal? Well, I'll put it to you like this. I have rode in one of those trucks, okay? Here's a lot of things. So the truck is sitting like this, right, all the way back. Most of them have 5.3s LS platforms. That means all the oil pump is at the front of the engine, right? So when you have a LS and you have it kicked back like this, all the oil is run to the very back. First of all, right out the gate, it is killing the main bearings, the rod bearings and the crank bearings. It's killing it. It's starving it from oil. That's the first problem. Second problem is you have no control over the front steer axle. It's literally like this. There's no control, none whatsoever. Third thing is you can't see the person in front of you. I don't know how many times I've seen those trucks up like this right here and run over the car in front of them because they can't see them. So yeah, it's a safety hazard. It should be illegal. Yes, it should be. Yes, it's dangerous. You know, put it on a trailer, take it to a show. Because put it to you like this. How would you feel if somebody in one of those vehicles that could not see, could not steer, I mean, they can't, think about it. You can't do any evasive driving in that thing, period, whatsoever. It's like this. You can't do no evasive driving whatsoever, right? None whatsoever. How would you feel if somebody driving one of those vehicles, you know, run over your family and killed them? How would you feel? put yourself in that situation. I buried a son. January 28, 2019, I lost my little boy. So I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Have you looked at repair axe bearings? They are 10-ton bearing. Oh, yeah. So I don't go back with nothing stock, stock OEM. So everything, so let me set right here. So everything in this 63 right here is all from a very reputable supplier. What do you think about it? Very reputable supplier. And if you go back and look at some of my reels, you can see the grease will actually look like motor oil, and the rear brake drums on this thing, it was dangerous. And this guy, he drove it, and he just wants to make it safe. But for his defense, this guy's defense, he bought this car like this, and right at the gate, he says, look, I don't know anything about cars. I'm not mechanically inclined. That's why I want you to fix it. Let's make it safe. So that's what we're doing. Well, I say me. Are they sealed? Are they sealed and have 2 seals? Yes, sealed bearings. Yes. So I've already done the front disc brakes. Somebody already done the disc brake conversion on the front, but it was just bad. So redone the new brakes, new brake lines, put a new brake booster, new master cylinder, new proportioning valve. The line company that I ordered the complete line kit for, I'm missing the lines that go from here down. So I got them. They said they'll send them out and replace them. So once they get here, I can put those on. Once all the stuff for the rear end gets done, I can put it back together and then button up the brakes and then bleed the brakes, and then she will stop and go. Then once that happens, then we'll look at the next thing that we want to address. It has a shifter problem. It has an exhaust leak. It has an engine tick. The engine ticking on the left side. A lifter stuck. So he wants air conditioner put on it. I got to clean up all these wires. It's got a hole in the firewall where it's just a lot of little stuff. So like I said in the other videos, make a list and just cross off each list, and don't jump around, because if you jump around, you'll get overwhelmed. So if it was me, I'm going to suggest this. I'm in Texas. I'll drive the Yukon up there, hire you for a solid year if we can restore my truck. Want to have it. I'll drive the Yukon up there, hire you for a solid year if we can restore my truck. Well, ship it on out here. Shipping trucks come out here all the time. I did a 68 GTO from New York. Guys shipped it all the way down here. Ship it. Hey, email me, jginnovationgarage@gmail.com, and let's talk about it. If you want to talk business, email me. I'm not going to talk business on here. And we'll talk about it and see. But on this Impala right here, so once the brakes are done and done that, so the exhaust needs to be fixed. You can see it's hanging low on one side versus the other side. So to put air conditioner on this car, if you just put air conditioner on it, that's a parasitic draw. So it's going to put more strain on the engine. Well, if the engine's wore out, then that's just defeating the purpose. So the best thing to do is, once the brakes are completely done and it stops and goes like it's supposed to, and it has Dayton Meyer wheels, so they're knockoffs, right? They're right there. So once that's done, probably the best thing to do is pull the engine and transmission out, and then go through the engine and see what it looks like. And if it's rebuildable, rebuildable. If it's not rebuildable, then look for a donor. If you don't want to go to an LS platform, look for a early 2000 roller engine and put a roller. More than likely, this is a hydraulic flat tappet cam, and today's oil doesn't have the zinc in it that it needs, and it's just whatever. So the best thing to do is just put a roller in it. Once you got the engine out, you might as well rebuild the transmission. So it's a domino effect, right? You just keep going, because and then once you get the engine and all that stuff pulled out, you might as well clean up the engine bay. strip the engine bay, blast everything, get it down, stripped down to the bare bones, weld up all these holes. He wants to put air conditioner on it, so you're going to take all that heater stuff out. Take all that heater stuff out and put the vintage air kit in there. So I got to get back on this truck. This right here is a 68 C10. It's a LS platform. Right here, right? It has vintage air as well. I got to get back on it. See, it's right here. It's a 5-speed truck. There's a lot of stuff going on this thing, but it's been paused for a little bit. I mean, it's got wheelwood brakes. It's got QA1 suspension. It's got Moser axles, disc brakes, all that. It's a nice truck. All QA1 stuff. This is a 94, 95, 302, 50 that's built. And there's the 9-inch rear end for that. No, this is a short bed. This is a short bed. Here's the rear end, and there is the disc brake conversion. I like the disc brakes conversion where you have the emergency brake on the outside, the cable, instead of the shoe on the inside. I just like it. This, and this is for that. That is a 61 Ford box truck. I talked to the chassis company this week, and they said it'd probably be the middle of November, and they'll be done with this, with the chassis. Then when I get the chassis back, then I can start working on it. This right here is a 61 Ford box truck. It's all aluminum. So a lot of stuff going on. It looks like a lot, but it's not a lot. I've actually thinned out. Only have 3 active projects going on right now. So the box truck, the 68 C10, and the 63 Impala. Now the interior on this Impala, it's nice. It's not a SS, but it has SS interior. But it just needs some stuff. So, but yeah, and then that's about it. That's about it. I said I wasn't gonna be on here long, but I'm on here for 43 minutes. Yeah, email me, Scud Surfer. Email me, jginnovationgarage@gmail.com and put in the subject line Tahoe, and we'll talk about it and see. My books are closed right now until January. I'm not taking no more projects in until January, and then we'll just have to see what we go from there. But I'm going to get off here, and I appreciate every single one of you. If y'all ain't got no more questions or anything, I don't want to go too long. I'm going to clean up my mess, and I'm going to pump the air up on the truck, pull it out, clean my mess up, and then go from there. But good day yesterday and the day, so good deal. So go to Slosh Tubz. So it's Slosh, S-L-O-S-H, Tubz, T-U-B-Z, and look them up. They have for 1960s Ford trucks, Chevrolet trucks. Then it's 68 or 67 to 72, and then 73 to 88. I think they're working on some OBS stuff. I'm not sure. You have to go check. They have seat brackets where you can put bucket seats in your truck. They have battery trays. They have speaker boxes that go behind the seat where you don't lose your leg room. But yeah, you're right. You said if the speaker don't have enough air, it won't sound right. But they're so on his speaker boxes, it tells you what the cubic feet is on the box, and then they give you a recommendation what speaker to put in there. So the box. So let's just say you're looking for a set of 8s or a set of 10s that take. I'm just going to throw a number out there. Let's say 1.1 1.5 cubic feet per 10. And that's the speaker that you look for to put in that box, and go from there. But this truck here, this square body here, the goal is to shoot. JS alternators said that it need 2 alternators, and I think their alternators are 380 amp alternators, and so you got the first alternator, and then you got the second alternator beside it, and they have smaller pulleys, and then they generate like 380 amps. So with 15,000 watts of speaker, or 15,000 watt of stereo, you need 5 batteries in an alternator. And those 485C Viair compressors, they pull 30 amps. So that's 60 amps. So you need another battery just for those, plus everything else running in the truck. So they recommend 2 alternators. So that's another thing. This truck has a 4.3 V6 in it. It was made in March of 1986. The old man that bought the truck, he ordered it that way. It's fully loaded. It's manual windows, and non-tilt steering wheel. But it had big brakes, had air conditioner, cruise control, time delay, windshield wipers, you know, all that stuff, right? So the truck only has now like 70,000 miles on it. Put about 10,000 miles on it, and it has a turbo 400 transmission. I don't know what it's geared. It might be geared like 308. I'm not sure. Everybody keeps asking me, I'm going to do it. It's actually my son's truck. It's my oldest son's truck that I'm doing for him. So everybody keeps asking me, you going to LS swap it? 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 No, everything's been LS swapped to death. I mean, literally 4.8. You can put a 4.8 in this thing, twin turbo. That thing will make just insane amount of horsepower. But I'm looking at something different. I'm looking at something completely different. It's GM platform, but it's completely different, and it's turboed. So I've been looking at it, researching it, and it comes with either an 8-speed or a 10-speed automatic transmission. So there's a bunch of them available right now due to the flood in Florida. So, but I don't know if I want to buy a flooded vehicle with electronics, because basically gonna need everything. But that's long down the road. Like I say, this truck runs great, but I have to be mindful. Don't want to get too far ahead and, you know, have him spend money that, you know, if we pull that 4.3 V6 out and have it rebuilt, you're probably going to spend, you know, to go through everything, you know, probably going to have like $3,000, $4,000 in a rebuild. So if I can buy, if he can buy a newer engine that's more efficient, but it's computer controlled. This is computer controlled too. It's throttle body. That's when they started coming out with the TBI. And he can get one running out of a donor for $3,500. Then it's new technology, new stuff. I think they said they get like 38 miles a gallon. You know, just, and it's never been done, because I talked to GM, was like, no, nobody's ever done that. They said, we don't even offer that as a crate option to buy. You'll have to go get a donor vehicle. So best thing to do is just buy the whole vehicle, and you got all the parts. But like I say, that's long down the road. We just have to see. It definitely would be a game changer. It definitely would be a conversation piece, like raise the hood and go, man, that's wild, but it is GM based. But, you know, that's a plan down the road. The objective right now is to get everything mechanically fixed back. I mean, truck runs and drives now, but get the crossmember changed, get the stock fuel tank out, because it has another fuel tank in it. But once I take that out, once I take the stock fuel tank out, I have to get a fuel pump that handles fuel injection, which is 65 PSI, I can't put it in the tank because it's a race style tank, so I have to put it on the frame rail. And then somebody's like, oh, it's going to be loud. Well, it's going to be loud anyway because, you know, it's going to have a stereo system that's crazy. Once all that's done, it should put that front spoiler. It should put that front spoiler almost on the ground. Now, I know that you can go on the frame where the frame drops down like this. I know a lot of guys are running a straight edge across there and cutting off like 3/4 of an inch of the bottom of the frame because, you know, the frame goes like this and then it drops down and then it goes back up. They're cutting off 3/4 of an inch. I think that's what it is. So the chassis sets on down even forward and then you just rebox it. Probably will do that, and that will put the pinch weld almost on the ground. Not going to Z the front because if he decides later on to put a Porta-Built front suspension underneath it, that sucks it up anyway, that pulls it up, and that will completely, by doing that, that will put the bumper on the ground, and you have to take the rear spoiler off. So we'll just play it by ear, but get it running and driving, safe to drive. Once everything's mechanically done, the bed's done, the speakers are done, and all that, then we'll blow it apart and paint it. I appreciate every single one of you. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, comment. Everybody's commenting. It seems like my lives do better than the other videos. I guess people like interaction, but I appreciate every single one of you. Yes, Scud Surfer. Yes, shoot me an email, man, and we'll talk about it. And if we can work something out, that's great. If not, no harm, no foul. I know some guys in Texas. If I can't help you out, I can refer somebody in Texas, and we can go from there. Remember what I said, boys and girls? Don't worry about the man up the road or down the road. Sweep off your own front porch while sweeping off anybody else's. Put God first, let loose and drag. Peace on.